You know, I've been asked many a times about like setups, open sets, fixed sets, which one you should do, how much faster is an open set against a fixed. So I figured I'd maybe try to make a video and figure out, what the difference is. So I partnered up with the guys over at Majulce's Speed Shop to provide us with a couple of sets. We actually got a discount code to go up to their website and choose a couple sets from our liking to do this test with against, fixed sets versus an open set as far as what times can be laid down. And of course, a big thank you to Majulce's Speed Shop, old CFM over there. More info on them in the description if you guys are wanting to know more about them. But I figured I'd try to have some fun with it, so I went live on Thursday just to try to run 10 laps, in 3 different cars at 3 different dirt tracks in front of all 3 people that showed up. Of course, I completed these all in a test session, so the track states and weather were all consistent across the board. It was always a 25% track states what I decided to go with for each try. But for the first test, man, out in the fixed set, we're running at Knoxville in the super dirt late model. And after running 10 laps at Knoxville, I got down to an average lap time of an 18.236. Of course, that's still on the 25% track state and all that good kind of stuff. That was a complete cold start, first laps of the day, just going live randomly, like zero practice, just rolling up doing 10 laps. Now, of course, my clumsy self, I did not save the replay on that, so I had to go in there and rerun it just to collect some footage. So that was great. All right, I gotta save that replay, and now we're on to a 410, I didn't even save that replay, but now we're on to a 410 sprint car. I felt like that 410 sprint car was just absolutely mobbing on the freaking top. We ended up getting down to the average lap time of a 13.463. Which, I don't freaking know if that's good or not. Whatever. I'm not really a sprint car guy, but that's what I got down to, just cold turkey, just out there rolling. And then last but not least, the UMP modifieds at Volusia. After ripping 10 laps there, I felt really consistent and kind of rolling top pretty dang well. I got the average lap time of a 17.156 on the fixed setup at Volusia. And after that, I gave it a couple days because I didn't want to go right from running the fixed to running the open because, I would kind of have like fresh in my mind on how the car handles and all that kind of stuff. So I gave it a couple days and then I tried it again. Now we can go use our special code at the old CFM setup shop to pick up what we need. Gotta nab ourselves the old UMP modified set from old Volusia. Of course, the old 410 sprint car set from Charlotte. And then the big old bad boy, baby, the big super dirt late models at Knoxville. All right, it's been a couple days. We got the old CFM set in. I haven't laid down a single lap all day long. First time on the sim today. Well, let's roll. And this time with the late model, I was actually able to get down into the 17s. I wasn't getting down to the 17s consistently on my own. I was trying a couple different lines. Maybe I should have been testing that out in this, but I did. It still ended up being on average 0.2 faster, which is crazy. And certainly you can get that average down even more at the more laps you do. Then the 410 sprint cars at Charlotte just absolutely ripping top. Of course, we're out here, fresh track, haven't laid down a single lap. Session just started. We're gonna put the wing angle like we did with the fixed set to the -2. And yeah, we'll see what we can do in 10 laps. Then after 10 laps with the 410, I was also able to gain another 0.2 in that thing. And the sprint car is not even my type of car, man. I'm not the most comfortable in that car, and I was able to pick up 0.2 just with the set. It was just full pin on the top, Dang, dude. That honestly felt like that was on rails. Like, I didn't even have to lift, and I barely had to do any steering input right there. That felt freaking nuts. So I'm like, wow. So, that's exactly what I did with the fixed set. No difference there. The UMP modified, I figured would be the tightest lap timed one because it's so throttle control-y, I think. And, I'm not really too sure with the open set. It was my first ever time running an open set in a UMP. But even after the 10 laps in that, we were still able to be half a tenth faster on average throughout the whole 10 lap run. So still just a gain across the board with open set against fixed set, as you would assume, of course. But putting it in perspective just kind of lets you know what potential is there to gain lap time wise. But that's it. Hope maybe you learned something. Of course, big thanks to CFM Majulce's Speed Shop for helping me out with this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed.